And I love McDonald's French fries. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 what's up? Yo, we're chilling on the patio right now. We got, whoo! We got my co-host first up in this piece. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, what do you say? 6'3" out of Dean College.
We're in number 22.
Number 22. Kelly Gonzalez. Give it that. Give him chest bumps and shit. That's when cats had like long shorts and shit. And the special guest for this evening, my man. Yo, check this out. My man. Second show win. First of all, I'm big up in myself right now. Fuck that. I'm big up in myself. Cheers. Second show win. I got a Grammy Award winner on my podcast. How many people can say, yo, 2 shows in, man, you got a Grammy Award winner on your podcast?
Talk about it.
Yo, my man Caliph is in the building.
What's up, man?
Mr. Grammy Award winner, representing the city of New Bedford.
Yeah.
Not representing just New Bedford, representing a whole culture, a whole nation of dreamers and believers and, you know, young people that come to this country and just want to thrive, man, and he's thriving. I welcome my brother Caliph to the show, man, and cheers for you to be on the show today,
cheers.
man.
Thanks
Can we get a cheers?
Cheers?
Nah, man.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming, brother.
Welcome.
Cheers.
This is crazy, man, right? Because we were just talking, man, like about how I remember this dude as a young man, you know what I'm saying, chilling in Nashmont, like, you know, total innocent, laughing, having fun, jokester. You know what I'm saying? Yo, remember that, man?
Yeah,
like, yo,
absolutely.
man, cool as can be, right? You know what I'm saying? The little dude with the glasses. I said, I like him. I like the little dude with the glasses. And, you know, it'd be me, Flea, you know, Dust, you know what I'm saying, man? The crew, man. So that's when I was introduced to this brother.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Real young.
Like,
We were all real young, like real young. Yeah, I remember that.
I think I had like 1 kid back then. How many kids you have back then?
I still ain't got no kids.
You still
Man.
ain't got no kids, man. That's a good thing, brother.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got 1 kid. I got a couple kids. Their albums.
Your babies.
I mean, yeah, those are my babies.
Those are babies that never
Yeah.
grow, man. And
Yeah.
and speaking of albums, man, being a part of a Grammy Award-winning album.
Yeah, that was different. That was like it was like a special moment. It was almost like one of those things that was like, yo, you meant to do this, so just keep going. You know what I'm saying?
How did it feel though? Like to be there and to be in that essence, like yo, because you know how everybody watches the Grammys,
Mm-hmm.
like from this side out.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody sees it from
Inside, yeah.
the stage out.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man? What's it
It feels
look
like you're part of a production. You're a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But also, like, mainly it's like, you know, there's 2 different experiences. Like, we talking about basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like, you watching it or you playing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's kind of like that. It's like, it was just like, yo, I'm watching it. I grew up watching it. You know what I'm saying? Being a fan, like, watching it. Like, yo, this is crazy. Who's about to win? And then just being a part of it is like I was playing in the game, like, you know what I'm saying? It's
That's so
it's
dope.
like
in the finals, not in the
yeah,
game.
like,
You was
I
in the
was
finals, bro.
Got some chips.
You was in the finals game 7 closeout.
Yeah, I mean, for real though, it was for real. Like, honestly, I later found out it was like super tight. It wasn't like just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was real tight. So it was kind of cool to like experience that and like go toe to toe with like legends. Like, this is like people that's like heavily known in the genre, you know what I mean? This is like a big band jazz, like this is like a serious thing for the Grammys, you know what I'm saying?
These are household names at that point.
Yeah, no, really, like they're like been a part of this, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool to like be a part of that, you know, it's really important. Cause like the thing about it was like the biggest part of that is the fact that it was an album focused on talking about like the DACA experience and like being an immigrant. And,
Yeah.
like, it was just like, that was the whole point of making it jazz and making it all these American like songs, you know what I mean? There's like very like prideful American songs to show that like, yo, like we came here as kids, like this is who we are. We're American. Like you could try to like split it, but this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I was born in Africa, like in the crib. It's like being in Africa, but I grew up in this country. You know what I mean? So it was cool to be able to like say that, show that side, and then also like just like speak on the real, like, you know, like I was like on the edge. Like, they was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, you might be going a little too aggressive.
Why?
Nah, I mean, because it's like,
because of your message.
yeah, like, not the
what you
message,
was-
but like the approach. Like, I was just like not holding back any details.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like kind of saying things that like showed like the severity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
and they're thinking about the academy. They're thinking about probably the bigger picture at that time too.
Yeah, no, the
like the composers, because they've probably been composers for a long time.
Yeah, no, for real. These are legends, for real.
Yeah.
These are not just composers, but like executive producers, artists, like people that have just been like really like
in the jazz world,
stand-up people in the music world overall.
Like, yeah.
Like, for
and
example,
the jazz community's crazy.
Yeah, the guy who pulled me in is Doug Davis. Like, not only is he like Clive Davis's son, to his own merit, he's like every year he's one of the top 3 like entertainment lawyers in music. You know what I mean? And he's just an amazing guy. You know what I mean? Had like life experiences that like I think like inspired him to just want to give back and do things that are more important than just like.
Like, what wouldn't he know? Clive Davis is his father.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
understand?
but
like,
his work ethic
Yeah.
doesn't show that, because he like works like he doesn't have like
some people do.
You know what I mean?
Some people
Like,
do that, but like,
yeah.
just having that knowledge and just
Absolutely.
soaking all that up. Like, you
Yeah.
don't even have to, like, you know, there's a lot of people that could be an influence to you and push you in certain ways, and you can soak up all that knowledge without really getting put on like that.
Yeah, and I think that was his first time doing that too. Those were his first Grammys.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like crazy, because like that was like the deep part of it. Like, we had conversations like that. Like, yo, we're about to work on getting each other our first Grammys. Like doing important things, and they got the music to like people like Nancy Pelosi, like, you know what I mean, like so on and so forth, have like been a part of like the rollout because they just like supported it. You know what I mean? Even Kamala like had supported it before winning. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like important to know that like what you're saying is getting to the right people's ears. I guess like not. I guess I wouldn't say the right people, because everyday people are the right people, but the people that can move and shake things,
that can influence things. Like, so being in office right now, I understand what you're saying. You understand what it's not about just getting it to somebody that's going to say something. Mm-mm. It's about getting it to somebody that can do something. Mm-hmm. You know, and spread the word inside and be a mole inside where you really have to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Because the support will come from everybody else. And you know, but just to get it done, like, these people are in the grind. So that's dope, man, to get that word in there. Yeah,
it was cool. It was definitely a great experience, and like I still have relationships with all the guys that are like, you know, like another person that was on it that was like a major part of it was Kabir Nelson. He's like multi-Grammy winning, like, you know, like producer, executive producer, artist, you know, book, like, you know, like he like writer, you know what I mean, like author, you know. So like, I got to soak up game, and now I have these guys like as like my mentors. You know what I mean?
Like what's your first impression like when you walk into the room? Like, you've done music a long time with a lot of people, and you've seen a lot of different rooms and been around a lot of people.
Yo, they kind of caught me by surprise.
But when you're in there, like, is it more like a wow thing, or is it like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, when I first walked into the studio with them.
Does the wows make sense? You know, I'm like,
no, I do.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing, you'd be like, wow. And then, you know what I'm saying, be like, wow.
Nah, the wow is a good metric. You know what I'm saying?
It's always that second wow. You first time you be like, wow, and then you be like, wow, bro. Like, yeah.
Yeah, nah, there was moments of that. There was like multiple moments of that. Because like, first off, the first wow came from the call. Like, y'all, I don't know, y'all know Americo.
Yeah, of course.
So I was in the studio with him working on music, you know what I'm saying, downtown, when he had his studio over there. And I'm just like, we in there, like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Americo.
Shout out Americo. I've seen
like,
a couple
a big, like in the background, but a big reason for like anybody that makes music in the city has done work with him. Like, he's helped them like in one way or another. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
But I was with him.
We need good brothers like that.
Yeah, facts.
We need good brothers like that.
He's like he doesn't know his impact. Like, I feel I always try to tell him he doesn't know his impact. Like, it's beautiful because he's not focused on that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's bigger than that. Yeah, but yeah, so I'm in the studio with him, and I get a tweet from, it says, you know what I'm saying, Doug Davis. You know what I'm saying? I look him up. I'm like, what? I'm like, why is this dude hitting me up? You know what I'm saying? Like, so then like I'm like, all right, cool. I DM him. He tells me to DM him, so I DM him, and he tells me about this album he wants me to do. Like, there's a song by Led Zeppelin called the Immigrant song. So I did, like, they like pretty much remade that with the big band jazz like ensemble, and then I rapped on it. So if you think about it, it's a rock song,
So it's a rock
turn it
song,
a jazz
turn it into
song,
a jazz
and then with
song,
rap, with bars on it.
A Led
So,
Zeppelin
like
song.
two.
So Legends doing a legendary song.
Yeah, yo, honestly, like I like, and it's ill because like shout out my boy that I work with
Does that make
on
you
my
a legend?
album. I'm not I'm not the one that could say that. It's
What do
not
you
up to
think?
me.
Yo, man, that's like, shit. That's like coming into the league. You know what I'm saying? Being in the league, but being an underground player in the league. Like,
You know what I
doing
say?
work.
It's like entering the draft with a chip already.
Yeah.
That's what it was for me.
Oh shit! I
Like
I like that. I like that.
I got the chip before entering the draft. It's an unseen thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Last minute, like it was just like, cause I'm like grinding. At this point, like I could like be real about it. At that point, like when I had moved to the West End,
Yeah.
I had my papers were like messed up.
Oh,
like
okay.
so like, cause I gotta renew, cause being a DACA recipient, I gotta renew it every 2 years. But when Trump came into office, like renewing it rather than being 3 months, it lasted 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
So for like 5 months, I'm illegal. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
so they
I
can do
can't
whatever
work
they,
legally.
so
You know what I'm saying?
So they don't want it. So they can do
Yeah.
whatever they want. For
I
that
can't-
and they can do whatever they want.
But
for
like,
that
think about it. 5-6 months, I can't legally make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of things that people would fail to realize. Like the stress it puts on you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. So in that process, like I'm like thinking heavy about shit. I'm like, yo, I'm like, my life is getting way too real for me to be focusing on just trying to make music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to figure this out. And then it was just like one of those things that was like, nah, like this is how you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's real life shit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I mean,
real
they
life
just
shit.
passed, like, and it's crazy because, like, what we asked for in that album, like, we played a role in influencing it. Like I later realized the reason why I ended up there is because I was actually in D.C. protesting. I don't know if y'all remember when I was going to D.C.
Yeah.
And we were lobbying and, like, you know what I'm saying, protesting. That is the reason they took heed to me. Then they heard the music and said that, yo, like, they...
Oh, he's an artist.
Yeah,
too.
so
he's
that
nice.
moment that you're asking about, the
Yeah.
wow moment, I walk into the studio. And right before walking in, they're telling me, like, yo, we're building this around you.
Hold on, wait. What kind of studio was it, though?
It's the Miami University studio. Like,
So it's like, is it like the baddest studio you've been in yet?
Yeah. It's top 3.
Alright.
It's top 3. Like, if like, for what you're going through for, if what we went for is number 1. To be able to do, like, more than just vocals, it's definitely number 1.
Did
Honestly,
they do it with the live band there?
yeah,
too, and
everything
all
was
that?
there. Everything was there, bro.
Ah, that
Everything
must
was
be
there.
so dope. Yo, like, because I'm a fan of old music, and
Mm-hmm.
I know, you know, we talked earlier about like, damn, like anything before, what would you say, 93?
Nah, anything before 96 for me,
96,
I had to go
yeah.
back.
To go-
like,
to go
I came in
listen to it.
December of 96, so when I got here, both Biggie and Pac were gone.
Yeah.
So
damn.
I was like, I had to
Tough.
go
You came
back.
at a rough time.
Yeah,
huh?
I had to go back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But the ill thing about it, like, this is funny, right? So, like, I tell people I learned English faster because of Mace. Because when I
Really?
came, yeah, Harlem World.
Harlem World. Harlem World.
Yo, you guys, y'all know. So, like, the great thing about it, you know, Mace rap
Can't
slow,
make money
right?
Anymore.
Mace rap slow,
Yeah.
right? So think about it. For somebody who's learning a language and who's already, like, who understands the beat pattern and flow, because in Africa, there was, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was, like, I went to my first rap concert at 3 years old in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, quick question. Like, why is it that since you're like you're talking about you're learning your English that way, like when you go to foreign countries, they might not speak a lick of English, but they can fucking rap.
yeah, and they'll rap a
American
whole English
words.
song with the same accent. Yeah.
That's
all
just
that.
crazy.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, man? So like,
Yeah.
is it almost like that? Like
It's like learning a melody,
Yeah.
right? It's like learning a melody, but instead it's words that you just don't understand. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just-
Yeah. But for real, like, I was projected to learn English in 4 years.
Mm,
I learned English in 2 years.
that's dope.
Cut
Because-
that time in half because that cadence and that melody and how he was going with
Yo,
it. Yeah, I can see that.
it's like it's like the smoothest, swaggiest hooked on phonics ever in the world. Yo,
Hooked on Harlem World.
yo, people be talking about all these people that be doing like hooked on Harlem World.
Hooked
yo,
on Harlem
yo,
World, bro.
that's like a mix. Like that's a mix.
Yo, that might have to be
and like
that might have to be the name of your next project,
on
bro.
Harlem.
Yo, imagine that.
Yo,
Imagine
that's
that.
crazy
Yo,
because
yo,
it
that came
spells
on the Yo,
home
But Listen
HOHM.
podcast.
That's crazy. Oh no, HO Harlem World. No, I'm messing up.
Yo, but
Oh.
like you look at it, man, and that album was the shit.
Oh, of
100%,
The
100%.
shit. Yo, that
Come on.
was some good work right there.
Nah. Like that's like a special. It's like, you know how like Lauryn Hill did like
Timeless
Miseducation, And then it was just like, yo, that's like forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's almost like you can't even top that. It's hard to top.
that's why his second album was what it was.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, the illest thing that I learned is if you make something special, right? Like, do something before it.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy to think about. It's like a risk, but like, if you got something special, it's great to like set yourself up for it. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in a better place for it.
But you know what the funniest thing is though with that, not to cut you off, right? But before you heard the Harlem World, you heard, you know what I'm saying, first rap cat with an R&B budget. You heard, you know, I done made Puff's money and I even dropped, you know, when he did that Honey shit, he talked about, you know what I'm saying, man, made his money back. I didn't even make an album yet.
Yeah, nah, cause he was writing songs.
Yeah. That's where it's at.
That's where it's, bro. I know.
That's where it's at, bro.
And honestly, I'm happy to say I'm like that's something I'm there. Like, and I'm there in not even for like songs. I am there for songs for other artists.
Yeah.
But I'm more there for like songs for like productions. Like we just did. Like I just got invited to the Insecure writing camp for the last season of Insecure.
I seen
for
that.
the music.
I seen the post.
That was crazy. That's probably one of the top experiences. You know what I'm saying? And then I did some other stuff with Netflix that's coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's really where like the money's coming in, because the thing about it, like, you got to educate. Like, I'm glad I could even say this on something like this, because like other artists could hear it.
Talk your
like,
shit.
Yo, the bread that you could make from like writing for an artist or writing for like a production, especially a movie or a show.
A movie or a TV show.
So what happens is every 3 months you get like a paycheck for royalties based on your percentage for that. But you also get paid up front.
Yeah.
You get paid up front for your work. But then like every 3 months, now imagine like you got 10 songs out there. It's based on streams of shows like that are on a show or a movie that people
you get
are like.
something that's hit on
that's global.
Something big, yeah.
You know what I mean? Your song plays in it. Bro, you're getting 3 checks. You're getting 4 checks a year. Every 3 months, you're getting a check for 10 songs. Imagine each one of those songs is thousands. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's
for one of the top trending movies.
Like Vince Staples just talked about it, because he did his album purposely like that. He made his songs to be placed in like shows and movies. On one of his albums, I forget which one he said, but like he made back all the money from the album instantly, and then the rest of it was all his now.
And
you know
just
what
imagine
I mean?
if you do that in a time when you're not touring. So
it was genius, bro.
So it's wow, that's so fucking smart. You know, why don't people think like that? Like, why don't more artists?
Because I think you got to be in the environment to
like
learn it. Like me, I'm the type of person that like, I'm always willing to teach whoever about something.
It sounds easy.
You know what I mean?
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it does sound
easy.
easy.
For Nickelodeon, like all these cartoons have raps now.
Yeah.
Like you can, you know what I'm saying, man? You write for little TV
it's
shows
our
and
world
stuff.
now.
Yeah.
It's our world now. It's really
all about
is.
How you can really carve your way into it, though.
Like when I saw a rap in a Burger King commercial, it's our world, bro.
Yeah.
Words. Hey, think about it. No bull. Even the new Space Jam movie, where Porky Pig has this whole rap scene. Like, from somebody wrote that.
Yeah.
Whoever it was.
That's a bag. That person is good.
And
they're up.
And as soon as that movie came out, the next day on social media, that was one of the biggest things people were talking about.
Just
the
imagine
whole 8 Mile reference and Porky Pig rapping the entire time.
Just imagine the dudes that wrote the fucking songs on like High School Musical.
Well, Eminem gets paid for that.
All that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
So M gets paid for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just because of that reference point.
Yeah, just because of the reference.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? M gets paid for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you can't use that
owns the rights to that record.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Whether it might be like, I think it's Shady's Interscope. Yeah, so like, I don't know if that even has anything to do with the label, because those deals, actually, that's another thing. Those deals have nothing to do with the label. You set up your publishing.
Right.
You create, like, I have my own publishing. You know what I'm saying?
You own all your publishing.
Yo, look, man.
Let them know.
That's the biggest blessing right now. All right, so I waited. You know what I'm saying? I turned down deals that were going to have me in a slave deal, or they were going to have me making stuff that isn't me.
Yeah.
And that's another slave deal. You know what I'm saying?
Or put you on the shelf.
Yeah.
Like, or just shelf you so nobody else has you.
Exactly. So, that's the part that people don't realize about that. They don't shelf you because you like whack or whatever, blah, blah. They shelf you because they can't figure you out and they don't want someone else to. It's really like a pride in business. You're just a product. You got to look at it like, to them, you're a product. You know what I'm saying? Or like you're a means to a product. So it's not like,
how you gonna make
it's
that
all
money?
business. You can't take it nothing personal.
No.
Once you take it personal, and it's tough because as artists, we're emotional. So that it's like being an artist and your job is to not take things personal.
Even though you're putting your heart and soul into your product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a crazy way to look at it, you know. But yeah, so then like
my
you know,
that's what you do, like you know.
we got to this place where my homies, my homies that I've been working with in the music scene. Nah, you good?
Like, it's crazy.
Nah, you good?
Snapping my
you
face.
good?
Y'all can't see this, but Silk is
Nah, I'm
snapping
just
his
trying to
fingers
answer
like
the question because you're but like we got to the point where my homies they like ended up getting like a label deal with Sony and Orchard.
Yeah.
And we've been working. They like been like my management, like the homies I've made music with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we ended up just doing something like that. And it's just it's a great distribution. I own all my masters.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's one of the main things I think.
At what age? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So, what age? How old are you?
I'm 32.
32.
Just turned 32.
Just
So I got the deal I think when I turned 30.
Got the deal at 30.
That's nice.
Already owns your masters at 32.
I own my masters when I signed it.
That's what I'm saying. But like you already at that level, and that's the shit that Nip used to always preach.
Yeah.
And talk about like yo, own your shit.
You can either go the route where you gain popularity, whatever. You take the slave deals, whatever. Then like you kind of like you gotta have a great lawyer and a great team to pull you out of that, and then you own your shit.
Right.
But that's gonna be a journey. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was just like like. Bro, I'm already like these dudes already got me through this immigration thing. Like I can't afford any other way of getting got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that's something real. So I was like, in my music was a way for me to be free.
Yeah.
That's really what it was. It's the one thing I can control. One thing that I'm like, it's my space.
And it's yours.
And it's mine, exactly.
Yours.
You know what I mean? Like this environment, I'm an outsider. I feel like it all the time. It's like naturally, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that, the music is really where I'm at. So like, and when it came down to taking deals, whatever, I was just like, nah, I want to own. Nah, and like the cool thing we got a what's it called? We got a and we also got a marketing budget. That's like the rare part about it because like my team, they're like the top marketers in music. Shout out to the team too, Integral. We just got I'll say they really because this is their work. Yeah. They just got featured in Forbes. Because they have this new technology, this thing called Symphony that will automate the marketing process. So as an artist, you just log in and do your thing, and then you select like the audience, and you say how much you want to spend, and you say what your goal is.
And then they set it all up for you, and then they
Shout out to Chuka, Ahmed, Meg, V Live, like those guys, like you know what I'm saying, Briss, like Chris, I call him Briss, you know what I mean? Bad Flicks, you know what I mean? You know, now really the whole team, they're like
peace to you guys, man, like and everything you do, like yo, it must be crazy, like just to be around innovators. Like real, like innovators, and you see people on a whole nother level. When I don't know how, like I'm kind of awestruck right now because listening to like the things that you've seen, right, and you give so much props to the people in the background, and people don't understand how much the people in the background mean to push the main guy out there. Like there's so many components.
Yeah.
You don't get there without your team.
Yeah, but so many young rappers around here think that they don't need a team. They can just do it by themselves.
I'll say I didn't think so either.
Realize that.
I had to learn it the hard way. I had to learn it because you know, like I could design. I do the web design.
Yeah.
Like I could do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the video clips, even now, like I do some of my stuff. Like the content. Like I edit all those content clips. I edit those. You know what I'm saying? But like.
You always been nice with that, though.
Yeah, but it's like you got to learn when it's like this is your main thing. This is what you do. You got to leave this to this person. You know what I mean? You have to leave this, even the merch thing through like my pops. You know what I'm saying? Like so, you got to just kind of delegate people to do that. Like you know what I mean? Like so, that's when it started to feel like more fun because like obviously like you know everything you do. There's the parts that you don't like to do about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, now somebody's covering that part, so I'm only focused on what I'm really good at. You know what I mean? So that was the relief from it. So what happens is the music naturally ups. You know what I'm saying? Naturally gets better because you're spending more time on it. You're having more fun.
That's the main focus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, Kel, like, imagine that, Kel, right? You're coming in here and you're like, you know what, man? I ain't got to do anything but focus on the hoop.
Literally.
This person got this person got this. I just come and play. I work out and play.
Yo, imagine
I work out and play.
That's exactly it. Imagine you playing ball, right? But all you do, you come off the bench, and catch and shoot. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not doing
That's
nothing
your
else.
job, yo.
But you're just so good at shooting.
Right.
You're gonna come and catch and shoot.
I don't gotta go outside my role, outside my lane. I don't have to learn anything new. I'm just going for it, right?
And I know that's your squad, but Clay Stockton does that.
Yeah, that's my squad. Shout out my Warriors.
You see that segue?
Silk was trying to say.
He don't dribble the ball.
Silk was trying to say. We gonna get into it. Silk was trying to say the team. You know, because I'm from Mass. You know, I've never really been a Boston Celtics fan. I'll be real. Like I've never been a Celtics fan. I've never been a Celtics hater.
The Celtics are my only home team.
Second favorite team.
The Celtics are my only home team.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, I don't really watch baseball, but I rock with the Red Sox. But like Patriots for sure. You know what I mean?
I'm a Cubs fan.
Yeah, Silky went through 97 years of hurt, and he only in his 40s.
Come on, Kellen, man. That shit's whack, man. I cried on Instagram. I showed the world. I said, yo, you gonna see how I feel today. But
that was
Silk was one of those ones that put the phone in his face and started crying.
I'm a Steeler fan, but
yeah,
you know, I'm a Bears fan this year too, though.
Because of Justin.
My cousin.
So you got two teams.
My cousin plays for the Bears. My cousin Justin Fields got drafted to the Bears.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was.
That's my cousin Gina's kid.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's fire. Shout out to y'all, man. That's beautiful, bro.
So I love my Steelers, but like I got somebody.
That just made that.
I got my cousin's kid.
That just made me a little bit of a Bears fan too. Naturally,
my cousin, you know who I grew up around, man. Her kids.
Did he grow up here?
Nah, he grew up in Georgia. His mother's from the Cape.
Oh, okay. You know? Fire.
Shout out to Gina. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Gary, Greg, and George. Like those are my cousins. I used to go up over there.
That's fire.
My family from the Cape. All the roses.
That's fire.
Peace and love. Yeah, man. So like when you did all that music and stuff, and you know you talk all about the opportunities and the things you've seen, man. Like you know, it forces you in different directions. I know because I've done things and I've said, you know, like what can I do a little bit more? Like how can I be more impactful? Like I got this done, but how can I get to that next level? How can I be more impactful?
Yeah, I mean, to be real, it's when I like quit my day job, I guess. That's the moment when I was like, cause like
it puts a hustle in you. It puts a hustle in you.
Put it this way, I was
bro.
working like, you know, I do the IT work, so I was doing like tech work for a company. And I had to go to work the Monday after winning the Grammys on Sunday. Right? You know what I mean? I go to work, bro.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, and I'm like,
I
don't want to go to work because I know everybody.
You get that from Caracas?
Yeah, I mean, you know that's what it is. Shout out to the pops, man. The work ethic's definitely from the pops, man. And my mom worked hard too, so I can say like I get it for both of them.
Was it M2K, right?
MA2K.
MA2K.
Yeah.
My man Muhammad. I've been. Your father, I seen your father's work ethic back in the days. Not to cut you off, but I seen your father's work ethic back in the days. Like when he used to be in a club taking pictures, going in his car, developing the pictures and coming back selling them.
Yeah, nah, really. He like, the thing is like.
He was a hustler's hustler.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like but that goes back if you think about it, like think about the immigrant struggle, right? Like it's like you got to figure out creative ways to get the bag because it's not conventional for us. You know what I'm saying? Like. You could even like have your paperwork. Like some people won't hire you because it's like there's this unsurety of like your like who you are and what you do. So you get like the fish house jobs. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? My pops also just having that like knowing who he was and who he is. It's like you can't just settle
having
for
that pride.
Yeah, like the healthy pride.
Yeah,
really, you know what I'm saying? The healthy pride. Like I had to learn the difference between the two. Like you know what I'm saying? That's what the whole melanin song is. Pride. Yeah. So in the hook, it's the healthy pride. But if you think about it, in the verses, I'm being the unhealthy. Like I'm just wilding out. You know what I'm saying? So it's to show the balance of the two. But that's the healthy pride to hustle, to get to it.
And it's funny in like the immigrant community, and we talk about the immigrant community, and like some people forget. You understand what I'm saying, man? Like I've like seeing back in the days. Excuse me. A lot of the immigrants now, a lot of people give a lot of flack to their jobs, what they do. But I remember being a kid, and those were the jobs for like the Portuguese people, the Cape Verdeans. You know what I'm saying, man? A lot of people that came here didn't have anything, and then the history of, you know, not being wanted in this country, and then making a way, and then you know making a way up, and then forgetting about the grind and the struggle, about getting there and treating others like they wasn't in that position.
Yo, I can't understand that ever. That's something I'm not even trying to understand.
I don't get it when they're like, we came in the right way. No, you didn't. Nobody came.
You know what it is? I think it's like
far and few between came in the right way.
It's the environment you put yourself into.
Yeah.
And there's also another. We talk about mental health. Another.
Do you think that's a privilege thing too?
Nah, another form of mental health issues is sympathizing with your oppressor. Like, that's literally a form of it. Like, you know, like we were saying earlier, like, you know, somebody will do drugs, somebody will do a drive-by, somebody will get a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another form of it. Is like trying to be like, for example, like there are a lot of like cultures in Miami that they're more fair-skinned, so like they're kind of like they don't want to be.
You go to Miami and you see a Spanish person, they got blonde hair, blue eyes.
They'll treat you, but some of them are more racist than the white person because it's almost like a defense mechanism. Yeah. It's tough to understand it, but when you do understand it, it's like you feel bad, but at the same time, their actions
you wonder what they learn,
justified. You know what I mean?
You wonder what they learn in school. That when they come here, they think that just because they're fair skinned, they have to be racist towards people of color.
I mean, it's just it's really like it's really a way of saying I'm not them though.
Yeah.
That's like, it's like the worst way of saying I'm not them though. Yeah. Like, even though you know deep down inside you are, but you're afraid to be treated like that. It's like ways to secure jobs. That's why I think it's environmental. That's why what you were saying earlier is environmental.
The only difference is the color.
Yeah, but it's environmental. Like those people that you're talking about that come here and struggle and then they forget. They were working in environments that it was like they were like maybe one of two of their people.
Yeah.
So you do that for 10, 15 years, you're adapting to your environment. That's literally something you cannot control. Yeah. You are who you walk with, right? So pick your friend. You know everything we say. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes.
Yeah, sure.
So that being the case, like those people kind of just get influenced. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's your job to take heed to that influence and like learn to like maneuver through it and just know it's there, or you just adapt to it and you feel like it's a way you survive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine like your manager pull up. He invites you to go like golfing and shit. This your manager.
Yeah.
You're like, you struggling. You're not getting paid enough. You want to get paid more. Your manager makes a racist joke. You're not going to say nothing. Like, not everybody will say something. Shout out to those that do, but not everybody will say something.
Some of them just going to take it in stride.
Yeah, right? Because it's bigger than that, right? It's like, I got to take care of my family. Man, you know what I'm saying? And that's a struggle in itself, you know what I'm saying? Like, of self-hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a struggle.
I mean, we can even take that to the point of, like, the NFL, whether it was the Colin Kaepernick kneeling and all that, how many players didn't speak up because they're worried, where's my next paycheck coming from? If I speak out, do I get cut? Do I not play? I'm not the star quarterback. I'm not the number one wide receiver. I'm the guy who just made the team. So if I don't kneel, or if I kneel, do I lose my job? Now how do I feed my family? Do I speak up? Do I not say anything? Mm-hmm. Now I get the media in my face asking me questions.
Yeah.
And now if I don't say anything, it makes me look like I'm on the other side.
Yeah. It's a tough place to be in.
Yeah.
For anybody, right? Especially with the like world we live in, with cancel culture and like social media and this, that, and the third.
It's just like, enhanced at another level at that point.
Yo, even myself, like I've learned
a whole nother level.
Like
of
I've learned, like I gotta just fall back personally on like saying things or saying how I feel. Why? Because it's just like I really mean what I say. You know what I'm saying? So when people challenge what I say, I like double down and say, bring up facts and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? But
just imagine being like that and happen to be a city councilor. Where
I understand that. I understand that.
Like you, I have to stop. Like I.
But the thing is, what I learned is time and place. Like, right?
It's the game you have to play, man. And it's chess. We're playing chess out here.
It is. So you got to just learn. So now it's like, all right, cool. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a heart on my sleeve person. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why I'm able to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? But it's detrimental in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because you could say something from a whole different perspective, but somebody misinterprets that as like you're targeting somebody, and it's a dub on you. Like that's just it. You know what I mean? So, like me being the type to really like, I'm really open about how I feel about things. Like, you know, it's a dangerous place to be. But they say, you know, like the quiet are wise, but like they also say intelligence speaks. So if you think about it, like that's the best way to spread it. Cause like my whole thing is like, all right, there's a stigma in our environment around mental health. I'm gonna make a mental health album. I'll be the one to be like, yeah, I'm dealing with this. I've dealt with this. What? I know you have.
Yeah,
let me put it in these songs, and you guys can like understand what I mean, because like through these songs you'll feel like, oh, I did that, and that's actually why I did that. You know what I mean?
And then you take it a level further, right? And start an organization, a nonprofit organization, to really help people of color, people that are immigrants, you know, with their mental health, with speaking out about their mental health, and not just their mental health, just uplifting them in general and giving them guidance in general, but you know what people must go through coming to this country, being an immigrant, and seeing how acceptable it's been to be rude to people that's not from here.
Bro,
like
what?
how acceptable it's become to be a dickhead to people that's an immigrant.
Yo, bro,
it's
what?
beyond me, bro. Like how do people actually think that's okay? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think, yo, honestly, the more and more I experience it, the more and more I see it, it's like a purest form of like an inferiority complex.
Yes.
It's like, yo, like, remember when you growing up, the bully was really the one that was struggling the most.
Right.
Low key, like, he wasn't
internally
had all the problems at home.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to channel it the right way. So
Yeah.
taking all that aggression and being
Exactly.
a bully.
They had something.
He might have had the
That's-
J's, but the fit was not with it. Things
was going
wasn't
on.
put together.
Something was missing.
Yeah.
Someone
Usually
was
things
missing.
were missing. You know what I
Things-
mean?
Someone.
And even a lot of times, bro, the bully wasn't even like, they're not a bad person. They just
No.
don't know how to channel what they got going on.
A lot of the bullies ended up being a homie.
Yeah,
because
later on,
like
you're right.
I would like it's weird, like, 'cause I even remember as a kid my thing was like, you gonna bully me, one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk to you about it. I'm gonna be like, yo, you're bugging, like, you're just like taking things out on me, like legit you're doing that, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, you need to talk about things, I do too, what's up, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and like that's kind of like how a lot of like my homies like became the homies. It was like, yo, you're the only person that gets me. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Like, my life is way different. You know what I'm
than
saying?
yours,
But
yeah.
the pain level is right there. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because at young, I knew what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
So knowing that, and I see other people with that same level of pain.
Cause poor don't see anything.
Yeah.
Like poor
Yeah.
don't see anything, especially when you're growing up in the projects. You don't realize the system you're growing up in. You don't realize like there's a lot of pride, there's a lot of pain. It's a safe place to grow up at and see people in, but they don't understand like what going to the store with like food stamps are. Like
Yeah.
and walking around the store. I was before EBT cards. You know what I'm saying? So you go in the store, man, and you walk in there and you got a stigma about you just because your money's paper.
Yeah.
You hip to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you walk up in there. Now you got people in there. You walking up to the counter. And you see somebody walk in, and you act like you forgot something. You know what I'm saying, man? So somebody don't see you doing that, but you're
Yeah.
not realizing they're sneaking around too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because they
that's
got
the
the
thing.
paper money too.
That's what
like they
that's
got
the
the
You walk
Yo,
inside,
they
check your
got
pockets, and you got to walk right back to the store. Like, man,
yo,
That's
like,
the
hold on,
unhealthy
wait.
part. That's the unhealthy
Hold on,
part.
wait.
Right, yeah.
That's the part. That's
And
where the
that we
mental health
didn't-
issue
that-
comes from.
Yeah.
It's like because the stigma's put there, along with the struggle,
Yes.
right? So you're dancing in between like this, like, you know what I'm saying? Between, I don't want to like, fit within this stigma, but I don't want to like struggle either, because then that puts me in another stigma. You know what I mean?
But then
It's
you have
crazy,
you
like-
have no choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially
You
when
just
you're
gotta
young, you have
execute.
no choice. See, I was lucky enough to be a Connie kid. Like, I went to Connie Academy, and the late Dr. Waters. Cheers to the late Dr. Waters. But the late Dr. Waters, it was Brotherhood Month every month when we went to Connie. Like Dr. Waters taught us. Dr. Waters taught us about, and it was funny. Hold on, wait. We're gonna cheers to Dr. Waters.
This is a lot of waters right here.
Hold on, wait, man. Nah. I'm not taking the whole one, man. Take a little
This
bit.
is this is some
Hold on,
Dr.
hold on.
Waters
That's it.
right here.
Yeah, that's Dr. Waters. We're drinking some real. Hold on, wait. Kellen's up over here pouring tea.
I'm
Kellen
drinking
got the
water.
tea. That's why he's quiet, man. I think the Hill Center got
I
him
think
quiet tea. I don't know what happened.
Kellen got the tea. I got the Evian. I think
I got that Lipton green.
Silk got the. He got.
Yo, we're drinking something, man. Fucking like Vinny Chase.
So-
We're like Vinny Chase.
Silk got the Fiji water.
I got the Fiji water, so I.
So who's Johnny Drama?
so that makes Dana Johnny Drama. Hey,
Dana's Johnny
yo,
Hey, shout out to Dana. Yo, shout out to Dana in the
Dana's in
building.
the cut. Yo,
Holding us
yo,
down
hold on,
in the
wait.
cut.
His microphone's on. This is number 2. But growing up in the project, we grew up in a safe place. We grew up in a spot where we thought it was okay, but that's why you see everybody trying to be fly. Everybody trying to think and now as you grow up, it's like keep your sneakers clean. You better not get dirty. You better not go play. You better not go do this. And now we're living with the stigma that we have to look like everybody else, and we have to carry ourselves like everybody else, and we have to carry this burden of what the persona of
Yeah.
who we supposed to
Yo,
be
that's
is.
it's ill
And then
that
you
you
got the
bring
little
that
kids,
up.
and you got the little white kids that come into fucking Shaw's
Yeah.
with a princess hat on,
Yeah.
with a dress and rain boots and a scarf, and it's like let them be like, and like them young dudes that come in with them cowboy boots, and you know what I'm saying, with their
Yeah.
stuff, they end up
It's
being
ill
free
that you say
thinkers and
that.
not care, and we care so much about our appearance that we're not looking at
Exactly. But I like, it's ill that you say that, because like that's something that I caught on early and I backed out from. You know what I'm saying? And also it's this thing like with us, like, because it's so not like often that like we're well off and wealthy, right? So there's this thing in us like that we have to show it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if I'm wealthy, I gotta let everybody in the hood know some way or somehow that I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, yo, like, look, like, we could do it. I made it. Even if it's for positive reasons. Like, that's the tough part, too, because sometimes people show up for positive reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
To be
let
like,
you know
yo,
that,
look.
yo, I did it. Like,
you can do this.
This is achievable.
But sometimes
Yeah,
it's your
exactly.
defense mechanism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sometimes
It
it's
wo-
your defense.
Yo,
For
like
the
we said,
most part,
it works
most
both
part,
ways.
it's your defense mechanism
So-
because you
so
have
that's
to feel
something that,
comfortable.
personally, as an artist, like, obviously, like, it's great to have sponsorships and all that, but like, you got to have the right sponsorships that fit you.
Yeah.
I vow to not be like
That fit
not
your
have
style,
that
that fit
rapper
what you do.
image, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, everybody got dreads. I'm bald. Everybody got piercings, tats. There's no tattoos.
Yeah.
I don't even have ear piercings.
I don't
know
have
what I mean?
tattoos.
It's who I
have
naturally
ear
am.
piercings.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there was a moment of decision. It was like, yo, like, am I gonna just fall into just like being like, you know what I'm saying, into all this, that, and the third? Nah, I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
tough,
then
though.
you adopt the millionaire mentality where I'm looking regular every day. I'm wearing a white tee every day. You might not know that this white tee is Gucci or Louis or whatever it is, but I'm just wearing a white tee every day.
No, what's funny? You
The Hey Arnold, I call it the Hey Arnold closet.
I've been, yo, them TV shows where the cat only comes in with three. Yo, but you know what, man? I've been around cats, man. I've been lucky enough, coach basketball for a long time and be around a lot of people and, do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying, man? And be around some affluent people that have bread, and they live so, like. I got 3 pairs of jeans, a couple of sneakers, like 5 shirts, like 4 pairs. Like, you know what I'm saying? They live like how everybody thinks they have to have 75 pairs, this and this and not. Like, it's none of that. It's all like teaching something else, man.
Yeah.
And that's why you see them, the dirty Air Forces and the, you know what I'm saying, the old Converses and stuff, because it's not about how your appearance is. It's about what you're bringing to the table and your worth. Like,
and I use that to my advantage because I pull up very unassuming.
Kellen comes up clean all the time, though. Kellen always has to
know.
be clean.
I'm chilling, man. I don't know what you're trying to reference right now.
But see, that's the
I'm
thing,
sitting
like,
here in Adidas sweats.
But,
I ain't
but the
clean.
thing is, like,
Sitting
you
here
could be
in
clean
heel
chilling.
sweats.
You could be clean
I'm
chilling, though.
representing. Shout out to the Hill
Like,
Center.
you
Shout out
could be,
to the Hill
you
Center.
could be
Shout out
chin-
to my
you could
man
be,
Louis.
like-
Shout out to Meg.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Karen.
You could be
Absolutely,
clean
everybody.
chilling, though. But the thing is, like, that's not the
Shantae.
culture now, right? It's like you got to be having the wildest fit or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
To be like, there's always something that has to be attached to you that's different outside of just the music. You know what I'm saying? So
It's like it's pretty much like that need to stand out. You know what I'm saying? Like that need to stand out. Like even still just cracking this joke. Me, I'm chilling. I talk all the time. I dress like shit. I'm gonna go everywhere in sweats and just be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't have
cozy
to.
boy, bro.
Yo, check this out,
For sure,
right?
for sure.
Drake's coming out tomorrow. Yo, Kellen's
Tonight, at
tweets are
midnight.
gonna be crazy at about 3:30.
3:30 a.m. or p.m.
At 3, y'all only up at 3:30 a.m.
Nah, I'll be up like you on that demon time, man. I sleep early now. I got a first shift job.
I got a first shift job too, man, but I don't sleep, man. I'm always on the grind,
Yeah,
man.
Yo, you working on what? 12 hours sleep in 4 days?
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on with you? Let's talk about let's talk about that.
Yo, you gotta talk to us. You gotta let us know what's
Word,
going on,
man.
man.
You talk about mental health.
Hey,
Let's
absolutely.
get it. This beautiful.
This is the time.
We talk about
This is the time.
so many burdens on yourself. We talk about the pressure that we put on ourselves, the
All
things
of
that we
that.
go through. Like man, I can go through a depression state, bro. Like, and not think nothing of it, man. Like, and be totally in my feelings, but still like learn how to manage it because I have to be so much for so many.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's the tough part, bro.
And we just imagine being the guy that has nobody. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I have nobody, but I just have nobody can understand like how you feel, man, and what you go through in your different emotions and how things are. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, so I'm an emotional dude, man, and with a lot on my plate. Imagine having a fucking. We was watching Jerry Seinfeld the other day, man. A buffet of shit. Like, and the buffet's all different. Like, I got all different shit on my buffet plate.
Then you gotta finish every plate.
Yo, and they're like, yo, are you gonna finish that? And then there's dessert.
Bro, I understand what you're saying.
And then there's dessert.
I deal with it in
How
like
do you deal with it?
like,
How do you sleep? How do you sleep knowing you have to do fucking a million things, or you didn't do things good enough?
I mean, you just gotta know you're human, and you
Yeah.
gotta accept that, and you gotta understand that you're
hard.
a part of nature. Like, the thing about us as humans is that, like, every living thing has the thing that kills it, has the bacteria, right? When you zoom out of like major cities,
Caliph's trying to be the probiotic right now.
nah, I can't be. I am one of the bacteria. When you zoom out of the major cities, where there's the most humans, it looks similar to like microscopic like beings with bacteria. Like, that area of the major city looks like the bacteria that's killing that thing.
And that's crazy.
So-
And not to cut you off, sidebar, you know, Kelvin, I'm
Yo,
sorry.
but listen.
Yo, but listen. Man, like a place like Manhattan, you know Manhattan's the same size as New Bedford? It's 3 by 13, it's 3 by 13 miles.
I was running up and down my head, bro. Oh, dogs.
Imagine that. So you're talking about enzymes,
Yo,
how it would...
Yo, shout out to Manhattan. Shout out to New York now.
Yo,
People
check-
don't know
yo,
New
yo.
York plays a big role
Yo,
in my career
yo,
on
check this
dogs.
out.
People don't know that.
I
For real.
I love New York City. Like, Dana knows. Like, I'm in New York City all the time. Like, I act like I'm from New York City. Like, I turn into a whole different person when I get to Manhattan, when I get to Brooklyn, when I get into, you know what I'm saying, Harlem and shit like that. Like, you look at things and you're like, oh man, I'm here, and nobody knows me.
Yep.
And nobody knows me, and I can move how I want to move because everybody's moving the way they want to move.
Yo, not to cut you off. What did you say? Yo, what?
But listen.
But listen, I like that.
That's the name of my podcast,
Yo,
man.
all right,
That's
so
the
I
name
got
of
you.
the
I'm gonna
whole
hit you
pod-
with a yo, but listen.
Remember I told you that earlier? Every
Yeah.
time somebody get we're
Yo.
not even getting lit. That's why
Nah, we good, yo,
we're
but
really good today.
But yo,
Podcast 2 is going very smooth.
Hey, things are going swimmingly.
yo, what was
Salutations.
it? Damn, see now we forget.
Yo,
What was the
say,
last thing you said? What was the last
That
thing
should have
you
been an
just...
intro. Yo, when you introed me, I should have said salutations, man. I got that for episode 3.
Intro, man. Fuck that. You gotta talk.
Yo, the cool thing about that with New York is,
Gotcha, bro.
here's the other side of it. I'm glad you talked about that because, I think I tapped into what creates the diamonds that come out of New Bedford, right? We grow up with so much pressure, and we put so much pressure on each other. Like going into different other cities and seeing people and like how they react with each other. Nobody puts pressure on each other
But
as
you have
much
to
as people in
understand
New
this too.
Bedford.
You have to understand this too. Like, you're talking about New York and LA. Nobody, other than the people
Nah,
in the
not even
boroughs.
just New York and LA,
Yo, but I'm
bro.
talking about like New York and LA, right? You talk about like you frequent LA a lot.
Yeah, I lived there.
Not a lot of people in LA is from LA.
But
You dig what I'm
even
saying?
but
Like
even
the people from New
locals,
Bedford,
though.
like so like you have a different grind coming from here. It's even dope to see New Bedford brothers go out there and travel and do things because we have a different, like you're talking about, we have a different grind.
Yo,
at things
there's a
because-
different that pressure.
Because we compete
Yo,
on everything. We compete in
on a
fucking
high
Madden.
level.
We compete in fucking everything that we
Yo,
do.
even
is
as far as when I went to
competition, bro.
Boston.
It's
When
always
I first went to
competition.
Boston.
It's always a competition.
Always,
Yeah.
always.
Everything we do.
Everything, no matter what it is.
Silently.
Yeah.
It's a silent competition.
We be going out to the bar and we talking to the same girl. It's competition.
Yo, it's
Everything, bro.
Yo, I felt that the most when I went to Boston. Like even a city like Boston, I pull up. I'm like a rapper from New Bedford. In Boston, like who are you? That's kind of the energy. Like we got to be real with ourselves, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
regardless of where else you from, this is Boston. This is us. And shout out to Boston because in reality,
You know I
yeah,
love Boston,
like,
too.
You know what I'm saying? Like Abdou's from New Bedford. Abdou's definitely from New Bedford, but Caliph, like the artist, bloomed in Boston.
In Boston.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's something I got to give credit to Boston.
I love
you know what I mean?
Boston. I'm in Boston like once a week, bro.
Shout out
I'm
to
in
Roxbury.
Once
yo,
or 2 a week.
I'm an
but
honorary
shout out-
Roxbury member, bro.
Yo, shout out to
shout
brothers.
out to my
shout
dog
out to
Replay.
Yo, shout out to
Shout
black
out to
people, man.
Most
Shout
High.
out to it's dope because like those are the same connections, right? Them dudes and them people, and not just them, and then growing on another level, and then making the connections, and really being a part of the hub. Every time I drive into Boston, I say the hub. My girl goes, you always say it. I said it's tradition. It's my tradition. It's the hub.
Yo, so I pull up
the
to
hub,
Boston.
man. Like but like getting to that, like starting like the nonprofit organization and doing all that stuff, and then like all them, like how all these little things add up to like where you go, like you know.
Yeah,
because
Boston is really the hub. Boston's the hub of the nonprofit.
It's the hub.
It's the hub. It
of
really
everything,
is.
because that's where the money comes
where,
from.
like,
That's
shout
where
out
the
to
fucking money comes from.
Not really just that, but just like
Beacon Hill.
It's really about the people. It always comes down to the people, right? The money doesn't exist without the people. Like we make the money. You know what I'm saying?
It's another place, though.
We move the place. But the thing about it being another place is a different perspective, a different mentality. It's a person who thinks about the same things you're going through, but from a different perspective. So that you naturally just like, especially if y'all going through the same thing, right? You naturally just grow because you get the other side of it. It's almost like the back of the book in math. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
word.
Like all right, look, bro. Like I know the process. I know how to do the math, bro.
Everybody loved the back of the book. The cheat code.
Yo, how crazy was that? Yo, I literally, I was the kid.
That was the contra cheat code right there.
Like,
that was the cheat code before the
it's
cheat
funny
code.
because I'm not gonna disclose their name, but I had a conversation with a teacher about the back of the book, and like the craziest lesson from it is like, yo, like it's the biggest life lesson. If you really think about it,
Yeah.
it's the biggest life lesson.
Yeah.
People don't look at life like that, right? The back of the book was the biggest life lesson because clearly the teacher knew. Clearly the teacher saw us doing it. They probably was proud.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he figured it out.
Yeah.
She figured it out.
Nah.
Use your book.
Use your book.
Use your book, yeah.
Use your book.
Yo, that was the hidden message. Use the book. I did.
You know what the fucked up part is right now? Teachers can't even be creative like that anymore. Remember teachers
it's all
used to be
digital,
creative.
it's automated.
Remember teachers came from the community and teachers understood the kids in the community and like they knew who had it rough. They knew who they had to. Yeah. They knew. They knew. You know what I'm saying, man? Like and it's different now. They have to teach to. You have to pass MCAS. We have all these smart educators that can teach so much stuff and be so. And take it to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And then you fucking put them in a box and you say, nah.
Yeah, I remember the moment when like art and like music classes were like removed. Yeah, I remember that, right?
Nah, because I wasn't in school then. But I remember the time, and I was like,
you was, bro. You had to have been.
I wasn't.
You had to have
I'm
been.
46 years old, brother.
It started when I was leaving.
Yeah, bro. Started when. Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, how do you take art and music out of? How do you take the arts?
They don't want the creative mind to be creative, bro. They just want you to stay in that.
But they've been.
They want you to learn what they want to teach you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they've been but they kept it in schools, not from this area, not from like how they call urban. Like I hate that fucking word urban. Like from the hood, like from black areas, like from the inner city. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about redlining.
Come on, man. Like
that's pretty much.
We can talk about this all night.
I know, but that's because like all right, let's not even go there, right? Let's take it somewhere else. All right, let's take it somewhere else.
Let's just take it somewhere else, right? Because it's big for me, and it's fucked up that I have to be censored in some way that I feel about it.
Yeah,
censored in some ways, but I have to strategically talk
delivery.
about
everything is delivery.
How I do it, man.
Everything's delivery.
Yes, and it's so hard because
I go through that. I understand that.
I can't say it right now.
I understand that
because I you let it go, but
yeah. No, I understand that because I go through it. Like I've learned you have to learn to let it go.
The redlining of this shit, right? Like. They're going to put about fucking 100 units downtown, but they're going to take 100 units out of United Front. You know what I'm saying?
And of course.
And build streets through. Like,
yo, I have this theory.
Like, no black people are going to be, no people of...
I have a theory, bro.
We're not
scary,
moving,
right?
We're not moving down there, bro.
I have a theory. that I have a theory, like, and it's like just as a calculation.
Is that taboo for me?
I got a theory. It's just a calculation. right? Within 10 years, like a place like Bay Village might be gone. To me, because it's like, yo, if you think about it, like, I understand the need and understand and like why a city would do what's going on like in our city because economic reasons and this, that, and the third. I get it. Like, I don't not get it. Like, I get it, but to just create like a path for everything and everybody through that. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start excluding like a certain group of people based on whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when friction happens. You know what I mean? And that's when like problems grow.
We got 3 to 5 years, bro.
For what?
We got 3 to 5 years
here
to get it together.
I would say I say 5 to 10 years. I used to say 5, but then I said 10 to buffer it. But Bay Village, I pray to God they don't just
3 to 5, brother.
What does getting it together look like though? Realistically though,
like really getting people aware of the changes that's about to happen in the community.
Does it look like home ownership?
It looks like not just home ownership, but awareness.
I understand.
Awareness, but
there's danger in awareness. There's danger. Let me say one thing.
Yo, home ownership is the key. Because the one thing that might not change is like right now, like you say, the 10 years of Bay Village, like public housing is probably one of the safest ways to be.
That's great to hear.
Public housing is probably
because the way things are moving.
Public housing is probably one of the safest places.
All right, that's great to hear because the way things are moving.
If you own a house, if you own a house or you're in public housing, you're probably in the safe spot because everything's being built, everything's being changed, everything's being modified for the next 3 years when the train comes in. So all the apartments will be built. Look at what they did on Revere Beach. Look at how they went into Revere Beach and how they built all condos on the water, how they built everything up on the water, and then they put like the purple line going through there. You dig what I'm saying? Like, so now
I understand.
Now you're looking at that around here. When the train comes in, by the time the train comes in, man, everything changes, brother.
No, I understand that. Just my whole thing is like, I'm a very solution-based person, right?
Me too.
A lot of people just like, people will spark conversation or complain, right? You know, the thing I was saying about there's danger.
That's why
awareness.
I ran.
There's danger and awareness, right? Because knowing without action is probably the most detrimental thing. That's one of the biggest problems. We talk about mental health, right?
Yeah.
Like there's danger in that because you know the struggle. And like you have not educated yourself enough, or you have been put in a situation where you're unable to educate yourself enough to understand how to work through this. So then what happens is you feel stuck and you still have the anger. So or
you don't even want to do it because you have to look at it.
That's another way of being stuck.
But you have to look at it, right? Everybody rather be on like a social media network and looking at other shit and looking at things that, you know what I'm saying, man, entice their fucking whatever, instead of really looking at what's really going on and how it's moving and how it's changing. You're complaining, but you're not even knowing the reason why you're complaining. You're just complaining because everybody else is complaining. You understand what I'm saying,
no,
man?
I know what you mean.
And so like and then they throw something at us like the fucking crate challenge. Where everybody's focus goes to the crate challenge,
and that's and then you get sucked into that rabbit hole.
Yo, while everybody's watching fucking the crate challenge, fucking Texas is fucking turning over Roe versus Wade. Like,
yo, that's literally
you dig what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is like, you just gotta like, it's all action for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool, we doing this as a city, great. How can we be a part of this?
Yes.
That's the thing for me. It's like, all right, let's be a part of this. Let's like, you know what I mean? Like, let's create situations where we're doing something where like it's not targeted. Because at the end of the day, look, everybody wants to thrive. It's a financial thing. We want the city to thrive financially, you know, economically. You know, we just want to grow as a city. Clearly, you know what I'm saying? Those of us in these neighborhoods that that could be like, how can I say? That could be like a victim to this.
Yeah.
Want to be a part of it. We want to work through this. Let's get it. You know what I mean? That's my energy. So I guess for me, it's like I want to understand it, and that's why I challenge. I'll say things, right? For me, it's like a rapper that like raps about things they don't do is a pet peeve. I mean, it's terrible to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We real, right? This is like our expression, like how we let go of our mental health,
Yes.
like, you know, issues like this, that, and the third.
That's your form of expression.
So if you front and you're like dabbling in something that people survive through, and you're just BSing, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm talking about all this in my music, I gotta have action behind it. That's why the nonprofit exists. So it's like, all right, we can't be sitting here just posing a problem without a solution.
Yes.
And we can't try to do a solution. You're from land A, but you're in land B. This is how they do things in land B. Yes, we want it to be A, B, so we could get to C. This is like some deep, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, he had bars
you
for us
know what I
real
mean?
quick.
What?
You know
He
what I
had
mean?
bars for us
Yeah,
real quick.
like, nah, that's really it.
That's
like,
what happens when you have a rapper on a podcast.
You're from land A, right? I'm gonna break it down. Even just peep this. You're from land A and you're in land B, right? But you can only get to C if you get both together. So
Yeah.
if you're here, get in there, do the things that can change it. Even if you feel like you're moving a pebble to a beach, that could be full of sand in 2 to 3 years,
That
4 or 5 years.
that is how I got into fucking politics, bro. You understand what I'm saying, man? You have to be in the game to win the game and learn the game and just get in there. But then you have to say, all right, yo, like, who can I feed off of? What can I do? How can I learn? What can I learn more? How can I like this is so insightful for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Things like this are insightful for me because I bring this back to what I do in the hall or what I do on the street or what I talk to, how I talk to the people. You know? Like, so the information that we're spitting right now, people are going to listen to this.
That's what's up.
People are going to listen to this. People are going to stop and listen to this and be like, oh, hold on, wait. Damn, like, and think. And that's the key to it. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? We do this stuff, man. We have, you know what I'm saying, man? We have a brother up on here spitting knowledge and, like, shit, man. Like, take these jewels in. Like, take these jewels in. The brother won a Grammy. The brother is starting a nonprofit, and the nonprofit is based around mental health and, like, uplifting black people. And, like, that's hard in our community for us to speak on our mental health. Because we have to have that tough guy, what are you looking at mentality.
That's the same thing we talked about earlier, where it's like, yo,
What are you looking at?
You've been raised and pretty much centered around, oh, you got to be tough. Like, think about it. When you're a kid, you fall, you get hurt, you get up, it's like, yo, shake it off, you fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you going through something when you're in high school, because everybody goes through those high school breakups. Like, yo, you'll be all right, don't worry about it. But at what point are we actually afforded the opportunity to talk about what we're going through?
We're not taught to.
We're not taught to, exactly.
We're not taught to be like. We're taught to be tough. Yo, you know what the fucked up part is? Like, you's are lucky. You's grew up with like fathers. I grew up with a grandfather. You know what I'm saying, man? And a bunch of uncles and cousins. My father was there, but he wasn't my role model. He wasn't somebody he wasn't there. Like, he was there, but he wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, but he didn't do role model shit. Like, I don't want to be like my father. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in that mode, when you're growing up around that area, like, you're taught to be how your boys are, and you're taught by your community, you're taught by your friends, you're taught by the OGs that you see in the hood. Like, so what's acceptable to you, you don't even know. Like, you're taught so much wrong shit from so many people that don't know shit, that fucks up your whole mentality of everything. And then when you get to the point where you have to change how you are and you don't know how to adapt out of it. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
You draw into a fucking hole.
Yeah.
And then you're like, Jesus Christ, like, I spent all this time trying to be this dude. Like, and
now
this
let me
is
throw you
never
something
gonna
back.
Get me to where I have to go.
Let me throw you something back on that, because, like, the same exact thing is like, all right, I look at it like this. From my experience, that's why I'm able to look at it like this. There's your mom, your dad, yes, and then there's, like, being legal. That's the third parent, right? Really. Because from my perspective, that's the parent I didn't have. So it's the same energy.
Yeah.
But yours takes a whole nother dynamic to it.
Yeah.
But it's that deep. It's the same depth.
Right.
It's literally something that everybody naturally has, and you're seeing it, and you're seeing how it helps them, and you don't have it.
But you're looking at things like this, right? Like, you're looking at a guy that's grinding every day, and I'm looking at nothing every day. I'm looking at people that I have to thrive off of outside of the guy I should be looking at like that. You and Kellen
I
had
feel
that.
that.
You know what I'm
Feel that.
saying,
I
man?
feel
You saw your father get up and work every day. Like, I was
Yeah.
embarrassed of mine.
I wouldn't survive without that.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
I
You
say that.
dig what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
And a lot of us was embarrassed of ours. And we took different how can I say it? We made different decisions at certain times when we didn't have that strong person behind us to push us in that direction where we needed to be, because my grandfather taught me that in a lot of ways, but I was already a little older and kind of set and kind of upset with my parents so much that I didn't get what they was offering to me until I got older and had children.
Yeah.
Until I had kids.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying, man? And understand how to love and what empathy is and what care is. And like, we don't have that. Like, and that's where a lot of these guys think that they have to either. You know what's funny? Because a lot of guys try to live up to what their father's persona was, and they don't really want to live up to it.
There's a different perspective there, though, because you going through that, you're missing something. You know what I mean? Like, you're missing something and you know it, and you're going through it, and then you kind of have like your mind made up. Like, you're like, this is like resistance. You know what I'm saying?
But then you get older, and then like you know how to deal with it. Like, once you mature and you realize, like, it's not you, it's them. Like, people live their lives, and you accept people for who they are.
That's
and,
it right there.
And you have a level of acceptance of people.
Yeah.
You know, instead of having that animosity towards
it's not
people,
you,
you
it's
have
them.
that
It's literally the top. Like,
you can't
the
control
best.
what anybody feels like.
Yeah,
It's just being able to come to that point.
It goes deeper than that. It goes
You
deeper
can't
than
control
that.
that.
It goes deeper than that because, like, it's not you, it's them. Helps you control yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, you usually react because, like, every time we go through something, like, especially out here with this pressure we be talking about.
Yeah.
We react out of, like, the resistance from that. Like, oh, I gotta be this person now because this person's here or this thing
My
is here.
bravado.
Like, you know what I mean?
I'm a grown man. That's what they say now. I'm a grown man.
Yeah. So, like, that's like when I hear things like that.
Yo,
but that's when I hear things like that, I hear a cry for help.
Yeah.
That's a cry for help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man when I shouldn't be. That's a cry for
Right.
help. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's perspective, right? Oh, are you looking at it like, oh, he's just being a young kid that's arrogant? Well, he's telling you, I'm dealing with grown man issues as a kid. So, like, I can only look at myself as a grown man.
As a grown man.
And guess what? I didn't see my grown man. So my grown man did this when he was my age. So that's a grown man.
Yo, but you know what, man? Some people that say I'm a grown man, like, had grown men around them.
I understand.
And that's what you don't get. I worry about the young
pressure.
I worry about the young brother caught in the young person, because it don't have to be a brother, it don't have to be a color, like, because there's white boys that deal with this shit too. They get caught in the system where they're in limbo. Like, you look at all these kids.
Pressure.
These in limbo kids that have to deal with shit, like, that have to go to school. Like, I worked in a school one time, and a teacher was talking about how her kid and her fucking husband was gonna go to South Carolina and go golfing for Christmas break, and her son wanted this $1,000 Titleist, and you know what I'm saying? And she's telling it to a bunch of kids who hope they get, like, a pair of Vans and, like, a Champion Chumpy.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
Like,
they don't even know.
They don't even know what a Titleist is. They don't even know
the scary thing
what.
about that is that, like, it raises the margin for you, without, like, you feeling like you could do it. Like, it's like, all right, you see, like, the $1,000 Titleist thing, right? You're hearing your parents struggling, talking about hundreds.
Yeah.
And you know that, like, you learning
dollars.
But listen, the place where you're learning about how hundreds turn to thousands, you're seeing somebody who's teaching you, who's experiencing what you're experiencing with hundreds, with thousands. You got to understand, like, how, like, that puts you naturally, you feel less naturally, right? Now, of course, the other side of why you feel less is because there's nobody there that's teaching you yourself, pride, understanding that you're great already, this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? Because the whole narrative is to convince us that we're not as great as we are. That's really what it is.
But that's generational.
Of course.
That's what we call the generational curse.
Of course.
That's where the generational curse comes in, and then you look at generation after generation after generation.
If I could be real about it, where I come in, I don't have that generational curse.
Yeah.
I came in. You know what I'm saying? So I got a different curse, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all do. Everybody in the world got a curse. You know what I'm saying? That's the balance of life, right?
For sure.
Like, curses. You know what I'm saying? But it's what you focus on. Am I going to focus on the things that bother me?
And people say, we're from America.
Or am I going to celebrate the little things that make me feel great about myself? You know what I'm saying? We're so, like, especially now in the age of social media, instant gratification is the craziest thing. And FOMO. Instant gratification and FOMO are the two most dangerous things in the world right now.
The fear of missing out. Yo, 1,000%, bro.
Those two things right there are the scariest things for the younger generation, because they're
younger generation.
Wait, it's for us too, but it's scary for them because it's deep rooted.
You're right.
It's deep. We're blessed, right? Because
we're teaching it.
But we're also the generation that saw the world without this like overarching thing called the internet, and we knew like real life material.
We've been able to adapt.
Hold on, wait.
But then we
hold
adapted.
on, wait.
These kids are literally being bred by this thing
because they were born.
I saw floppy disk.
Yo, these kids are gonna hear this and be
that
like,
was your way of information.
There's gonna be.
That was your way of saving.
We didn't even have the internet. Our way of information was the fucking news.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our way of information was the news, 6, 10, and 12. Like, we didn't have CNN, we didn't have cable. Then we got cable.
Just
then
that
was
enough.
Things like, you understand what I'm saying? Yo, I saw that transformation.
Bro, I seen a post.
It's a crazy transition.
I seen a post.
I saw that. Yo, I saw the regular TV to cable transformation.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so the brown box with the wire to the black box.
Yeah.
To like,
we
you
seen,
know what I'm saying?
We seen the box to the standard definition to the high definition.
I remember when Comcast moved into the city. I remember when Comcast just became the thing.
Yo,
I was like, what is this?
Yo, I remember.
This is the new cable here?
Yo,
Okay.
I remember when Saliers was cable, and you can pay your water and your light and gas bill there.
That's crazy.
That's
checkmate.
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely got that.
CVS
You was born here. I
like,
came here in '96.
Yo,
you got that
man.
for
So,
sure.
so I've seen the transformation of the neighborhoods. So, like, where we talk about redlining and where we talk about how we, like, so I've seen it be like, yo, like when Ward 4 was on Union Street.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like just pressed up against Elmwood. You're gonna put it after this. Like, Ward 4 was made to have black representation in the city, and because this was the predominantly black area. So when they broke it up, this was the thing. And I don't know if it happened when they fucking took everybody out of their houses on Route 18 because they displaced a whole bunch of people to make Route 18. So Route 18 wasn't there, Gorham School wasn't there, none of that was there. So they made the highway to go from the north end to the south end. And when they did that, they took away a whole Cape Verdean community. So, like, all that area was houses. Like, before Ben Rose and like all that shit was houses, bro. So
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
so
that's like we're kind of experiencing that now in a different way, right? We got 3 to 5 years, you said. So this the plan. We got 3 to 5 years. Let's get right. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? I think for me, what it looks like is building programs myself.
Let's do it.
And having, like, you know, situations that exist that aren't just like a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the thing is, like, we have, like, a lot of things that people do that are great, but, like, it'd be, like, one-off.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You know what I mean?
There's nothing to branch off of.
Yeah.
There's nothing to build off of.
Yo, look at the whole last year.
Even just doing something annually,
look how many people were involved last year.
Actually, you know what?
Look how many people were involved last year.
Let me say one thing real
and
quick.
Look how many people are not involved this year.
Shout out to Brian, right? Because, like, that's consistency right there. Right? Brian Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
We all know his story, right? Shout out to you as well, because y'all both in that space, you know what I'm saying? But look at the consistency of
the blueprint.
The consistency of, you know what I'm saying, like, where it's gone, though, where it's going, you know what I'm saying? Even in saying that, the blueprint sees it, the progression in front of him.
So he's just building on the house.
You know what I mean?
But I'm with a brother that's like, yo, like, listen, the thing with me and Brian and how we work is we both got big egos. Like, we both, like, you know what I'm saying?
But that's how you got to push through this.
We're both alpha dogs, but we both know that for the greater good. we have to push each other to be better. Like we have to
Yeah.
take not a back seat to each
There's
other. It's
nothing
like,
wrong with being
have
an
to have
alpha.
people in that
so it's
space.
like somebody's the architect, and then he's like, yo, but if you put this room on, and you put this pool in, and you put this thing here, like it'll
Yeah.
really make the house crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all we did was just make the house crazy.
And for me personally, it's like, yo, like, everybody has the person that's their architect,
Yeah.
and then in a way they become the architect for the next person,
Yeah.
and then you
And then
hope
that
for that
person
person
becomes
become
the
the
next
architect for the
person.
next person.
And that's the way you give back.
But the thing is, like, consistency, and like that's like right now, like especially like even seeing your progression and seeing everybody in the
19
city
years,
that's doing
bro.
things, it's the consistency, and that's the problem with this whole FOMO, instant gratification thing, right? Because it's like, I do this quick, I get this quick, so like we're no longer taught patience and consistency. Those are two things that are like the greatest tools of our people.
Bro, no bullshit. I'm so glad you said that because, you know, I have conversations like, you know, with my closest people. Shout out to my brother Brian Capello. He's somebody that I always look up to in certain instances, you know what I'm saying, just for advice because he's been through a lot and his brain operates differently. You know, when I'm going through certain spaces, going through certain circumstances and whatnot, you know, I might feel like I want something instantly. I might feel like I want to do something now. And he taught me, he was like, yo, patience over instant gratification. Because the people that get that instant gratification, yeah, it's cool in the moment. But what are you really building towards? Like you talk about a one-off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I have patience to really have that mindset to like let things play out, but as long as I'm willing to build toward it, it's pushing the bigger message and whatever I want to do down the line.
Yo, look at it like this too, right? Look at the generation that we're dealing with. We don't have cartoons. So when they used to make cartoons, they used to make cartoons in like 3 to 4 minute increments because they used to think kids can only focus for 3 to 4 minutes. You ever watch a cartoon, you watch 3 to 4 minutes, then they throw a commercial in there. 3 to 4 minutes. Like now, the fucking cartoon is Snapchat.
Yeah.
Everybody's thing is as far as your Snapchat.
It was
can
literally
go.
like a quick, not even a segment. It was
You
just
know,
like
that's
a quick
just a learn and study thing, right?
Right?
The attention
Yeah.
span dropped by like a
Yeah,
lot.
so
Yeah.
like
That's what you're saying.
like when you look at it, it used to be like Electric Company and shows like Mr. Rogers that were like long lasting and going like make you think and make you wonder and take your mind different places.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Then they cut it to like more cartoons, like they based it more off of the educational piece of it.
Yep.
And they put them on PBS and they put them in a cut where kids wouldn't really want to watch it, and they put Transformers on and they'll do 3 minutes and then chill, 3 minutes and then chill.
Yep.
You know, and now, like as it goes, like you look at the shows, it goes shorter and shorter. Now they went to skits. Then from skits, now
Skits,
now everything's as fucking long as a Snapchat filter. There's no shows, there's no cartoons, there's no there's no Double Dare.
Yo, you get that 10
I grew up on Double Dare. What was your show when you were like?
Moment. It's even in
Same
to
shit.
even add to say it's
Same
not
shit.
even a Snapchat. It's not even a 15 seconds. It's the moment. That's the meme thing, right? Like something that would be communicated in a 30-minute video can be communicated in a moment in a meme. To answer your question, I grew up on Hey Arnold. That's why I brought that up, right? Shout out to Doug, Hey Arnold.